What's up guys, Retro Yugioh, and today I'm back with my first place Purrely list that I went undefeated with at the OTS remote duel. So here we go, this is the deck list, here you go. So first off we played 3 copies of Purrely and 3 copies of Purrely. I'm not going to explain the really standard stuff that pretty much is like a main deck staple. 3 My Friends, and then 10 memories, 3 pretty memory, 3 sleepy memories, 3 happy memory, 1 delicious memory. This is all standard. Every single deck will play these in the exact same ratios. I opted to go for 2 street this time with 1 yeep. So some people have been using 3 street. I don't think it's necessarily wrong, and some people have been playing 2 yeep. I don't really like yeep. I was playing 2 yeep for the longest time, but drawing this card in your opening hand is so bad, you just hate it. That's generally why I lost a lot of games when I was playing 2 of this, opening 1, and sometimes even opening 2. The 2 streets, I don't think it's incorrect to play 3, but I chose 2 because I wanted to have 18 non-engine. So by playing 2 of this and 1 of this, I was able to have 18 non-engine, and that's really what helped me mostly through the tournament. It wasn't the engine, it was the non-engine. For the hand traps, just keeping it really simple, playing 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Nibiru, and then 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. These are the best hand traps. I believe these are the most effective 9. Droll is becoming less powerful and less impactful in the format right now, just with Unchained being the overall #1 represented deck. And even in the mirror match, I've had Droll in my opening hand, but I've just decided not to use it because they're playing in the draw phase, and when they play in the draw phase, you can't use Droll, obviously. And then they move to main phase and they might do like 1, maybe 2 searches at most. But if you Droll them, you just get hit by talents, which means you're playing on your turn with 4 cards and they still have a Noir with 5 materials. That's like really bad. And then that's just like, if I don't use the Droll, I get an extra card that I can use to discard on my turn, or even link it into Anima if they play into the Anima zone. But yeah, these are the best 9 that I wanted to play. Not much to say really about this. This is just the best 9, the most effective, and they do the most. They also have a, application against Unchained, but like Ash, most coverage in the game. Bad players playing the Nib, and if you don't use it, just discard it. And then Imperm, like the one thing you can actually do that affects Purrely in the draw phase that doesn't trigger talents. Main deck, 3 Book of Eclipse. This is the best go second card there is. It just has the most effective coverage versus the most matchups. Not good versus Unchained, so might actually decide to cut this for something else, but for now, it does really well against everything else. And then the cards I had to borrow because I don't currently own them. So shout out to the people who let me borrow these. With 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity and 3 copies of Triple Tactics Talents. These were amazing. Talents, not great against Unchained going first, but again, you can just use it as a discard. But when it is very good, it's very good. Like, I won games just by having Talents resolve, looking at my opponent's hand. Prosperity helps add the consistency to your deck. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The deck is 40 cards in the main, 22 engine, 18 non-engine. That's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure I had 18 non-engine in my deck. For the extra, it's not really special. It's pretty much a standard extra. 2 Noirs, 2 Happiness, 2 Beauty. I don't usually make 2 Beauty ever. It's just sometimes I banish 1 off Prosperity, but Happiness is the more important one. 1 Plump and 1 Noir. Again, not much to say. This is like the accepted ratio of 8 Purrely monsters for your extra deck. And then the other ones, I played 1 Sylvan Princess Sprite. Generally, I make this a lot. When I have like the ideal Purrely opening, I usually use my remaining 2 Purrelys, so my Yellow Cats, to go into this to try and dig for like 1 extra spell trap interruption. Slacker Magician didn't come up at this tournament, but it's come up in the past where like going second into a board, you just use this attack and then go into Zeus. So you'd step it up into Downerd, which would give you the extra materials for Zeus. I made Downerd a few times, but not many. 2 Zeus. It sometimes comes up in the grind game, but not all the time. Definitely want 1, but I made 2, I think, 1 or 2 times across like the 6 rounds of however many I played. And then for the links, 1 Anima, 1 Azalea. Not much to say. This is just a standard ratios. I don't really think there's anything special. For the side deck, I'm deciding to side deck 3 draws now. It hasn't been very good in the main deck. Again, I don't love this card versus Purrely's because they do a lot of their things in the draw phase. I do side them in when I go first. I usually take out the nibs and the eclipse and put these in. They're more effective in that way. 3 copies of Bestial Druisworm. This is the best one. Whoops, dropped something. This is the best one because it really does the most versus Unchained. It sends to the grave, it doesn't destroy. And some people are playing the access code line to get around it. That's fine because they can't access code you on your turn. So if you Druisworm, summon, and then link into something like, say, Azalea, or just send it to the grave with what is it called? If you send it to the grave with Beauty or any Purrely that has Pretty Memory attached, it also takes care of their monsters. So it's like 2 things for 1. That's really how you have to play against Unchained. Just play in a way where you send their cards to the grave, you don't destroy. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, obviously really good. Board wipes. Again, had to borrow 2 Lightning Storms for board wipes. Not sure how I feel about this card. It sometimes conflicts. Going second, you can't play in your draw phase. But again, you want to have board wipes for those times where back row matchups come up. I did play against 1 Labyrinth, and these were actually quite good. 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. I think this card's even better now. It's good against Runic. It's good against Unchained because you banish their stuff. You don't destroy it. So you can also chain this if they go Shavara in hand. You can chain this to banish whatever, like one of their back row, and then they don't get to summon the Shavara, and you banish the trap. And then the final thing I played was 3 summon limits. This is the only flood that really affects Unchained, Purrely, Branded Chimera. Like, this card stops the meta, right? It stops everything in the format right now. And people just see it, they think, oh, well, nothing I can do. But yeah, this is how I won a lot of my games, like just by flipping summon limit, and people were like, okay, guess I can't play. And generally when you flip summon limit, you have Noir just plus summon limit wins a lot of games. Cool thing I did with this was I actually set it, and then I used happy memory to protect it, and then I made Noir, and then my opponent had the Duster, but I couldn't destroy it because I said it's protected by happiness. So yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, big shout outs to the guys who lent me cards. Thank you to everyone I tested with. The event was really fun. I enjoyed it. Not much else to say, but yeah, this is my list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and if you're not already, subscribe. All right, peace everybody.